So, Lauren, what happened in Dallas County?
Sure. A true measure of a leader is the quality of their decision making when they don't know what's coming at them. And what we saw in Dallas County is a leader who absolutely violated the rights of our individual liberties during that process. And we really can't ever see that happen again.
That's true, although there's concerns, right? I mean, how do we manage better? Because at the time when nobody really knew what we were exposed to, the community became very, very concerned when the world stopped. And I think we all remember that day. And decisions were made. Do we even know at this point what data was used to shut down Dallas County?
Sure, yes. They use selective data. So they're claiming experts and they're picking and choosing who they listen to. As we know now that we're well into 2 years of this pandemic, that there are a lot of competing thoughts that don't necessarily agree with the science that Dallas County was using to guide us through this. And I think that's what's important, and being American is having choice, having all the information, and not having things selectively chosen for us, and this illusion that we have a choice when we're just given small pieces of a greater whole. And I think that's really where our county went wrong. And they were also basing a lot of their science and policies off of things that weren't happening directly in Dallas County. It's local government. We need to keep it locally focused and not use the fear of other parts of the country to dictate policy here. And we absolutely cannot withhold information from the public.
So when you build a team and work with a team, as inevitably you will, how will you decide what is trustworthy information and who your team is going to be trusting for this information? How will you vet that?
Sure. I think a great leader, one of the hallmarks of that person is being able to select an excellent team. And that's with a variety of opinions. You can't have a bunch of yes men and women around you and expect to make good decisions. You need all the information, all competing thoughts. You need healthy dialogue, not a one stream of thought conversation. It has to be a variety of opinions, and then you come to the conclusion of the best for the mass of people, but always checked against our Constitution. Always, no matter what.
I love how you always come back to that. I think it's a very, very important thing, because the business community was very much a part of the fear that went out, because we immediately got concerned about those regulations and shut things down. It really added to the fear in our local communities when they saw us respond to that information in that way. Not sure that was safety the way we'd like to believe safety. I'd like to see some safety around the United States Constitution, right? Some safety in my American citizenship, as well as health.
Yeah, we are a group of people as Americans that are highly capable of assessing our own risk, assessing our life. I'm an entrepreneur. My husband and I started our business 13 years ago when we were 25 years old. We assessed our risk, and it was risky, but we were able to do that, and we rest on our freedoms in that manner. And I think that goes for every decision an American makes. It is within the family unit, it's within the individual. So for example, my son has had multiple open heart surgeries. I cannot have the government assessing his health.
True.
I understand what he's been through, so it is my responsibility as a parent to do that. I have the most information. So I think assessing health and risk and safety, you're best able to do that when you have all information. And we should always be moving towards a policy of avoiding hospitalization, right? We don't want to be in the hospital. Well, there's a lot of things we can do to avoid that, and it's not a one track that our county and our federal government has given us to date.
Those are big concerns, Lauren, and I'm excited about you stepping up and walking into this challenge. What do you want this community to take away from your run for Dallas County Judge? We're looking at this landscape saying, who is my champion? Who's in my corner? And what do we need to know about you?
I think at this point in the political climate that we're in, we absolutely need a fighter. We need someone, regardless of the status quo, regardless of what is thrown at them, because there's things thrown at us all day long in our individual lives, and even more so when you hold a public office that you don't know are coming. And what the people need to understand and know and be assured is that we have a leader that never again in our history will violate our individual liberties in their decision making. It cannot happen again. So yes, I will be new to this position, but what you can be guaranteed is that anything thrown my way, I will never violate individual liberties. I will always err on the side of freedom and always give all the information and trust and believe that the citizens of Dallas County are smart and capable people who can absolutely decide for themselves. It's the American way. It's how our country was built.